Woo! Oh, IRLucas driving the Nutty on the way home. How you doing? I got quite a rooster thing going on. Damn, I gotta get a haircut. That's a little too much, although it's gonna be cold soon, so maybe I should just grow it all out. Maybe I should give the beard a trim. Or, yeah, I don't know. It's starting to come in pretty good, eh? Of course, when my beard finally starts coming in well, it's very gray. But what are you gonna do? Should I start coloring it like a lot of other dudes my age? And even younger? Nah. I like the gray. Although the other day, I kind of looked, I was like, oh, I look like a grandpa. And my son's like, yeah, you do. I'm like, shut up. No, I don't. Maybe I do. Do I look like a grandpappy? I guess, if this was like 1987, yeah. I mean, I'm old enough to be a grandpappy. Hold off, kids. Don't turn me into one of those just yet. I'm thinking, let's see, what year is it? What year is it? Let's see, I would think, I mean, 2035, maybe I'll become a grandfather around that time. I'm going to put that prediction out there. 2035, at least until then. Please don't have any kids before then, any of my kids. And please only let it be the older one. 2040. Damn. He's 60 years old. But that's fine. 2040 will be a good year to become a grandfather. Yep. That's what I'm banking on. Wait until then, kids. Will I even make it till 60? Well, again, will age matter? Once, I don't know, supposedly there's going to be some sort of like alien thing happening tonight, right? Because of the eclipse. The eclipse is going to happen. There's like a couple of the planets are going to align and the aliens are going to... Although, I mean, I guess the theory that I've heard recently that makes the most sense is that we're getting to the point where since we started CERN and we're able to open these extra dimensional portals, and eventually we're going to figure out how to travel in space in a similar way. Once the aliens realize, or the smarter entities realize that we've gotten to that level of technology again, they get to determine whether we deserve to be that smart and that technological. And if they determine that we don't deserve it, then they'll blow us back to the Stone Age again. Kind of sounds right. Kind of sounds like that's probably happened to us time and time and time again. Because for some reason, we can get to this level of technology without actually becoming spiritually advanced. We can become technologically advanced without becoming spiritually advanced. But that's probably also because the elites keep the technology from the people. See, it all goes hand in hand. If they're just going to keep everything hidden from us, then they're going to be part of being blasted back to the Stone Age as well. Unless some of the elites are able to build ships and take off before that happens. But will they? Or have they already? I don't know. I get to sit in the bliss like the rest of you. The ignorance of the bliss in their ignorance of not knowing whether people actually have that kind of level of technology. We have no idea. But you'd think that if there were a few humans that got out that are of this time and of this society, they'd be pretty easy to pick out in space, you know? Oh, we're going to head towards Orion, and then we're going to become part of that society. And then people go, hey, wait a minute. You don't know anything about what's going on here. Where are you from? We've been lost in space. Haven't you seen that show? Oh, of course they're from Earth. Get them. It's not going to work. There's no way that you're going to be able to hide the fact that you're an Earthling. There's no way. You ain't smart enough. Oh, this is kind of a shitty spot to try to get off the highway here. Hey, Grant Dutro, hi. How you doing? Thanks for the like, whoever. Like, subscribe, give a follow, and a whatever, and a this and that, and so on and so forth. Are you going to go, bitch? Okay, these people are going straight. Now there's people coming that way. At least there's no one behind me. That's cool. Yeah, this is a pretty busy area right here. I usually don't go this way home. Sup? I'm just driving home, spouting some shit that I read about. You never know. You never know. Whether we're going to get blasted back to the Stone Age soon because we're starting to unlock higher level technology that could poison the rest of the universe with our warlike ways and our stupidity. Should we be mixing with the higher societies of space? Probably not. A couple of us probably could. That's the problem. There's some of us out here, in here, whatever, that could probably just make the leap very quickly and be fine. But because of the way our society is built with the elites, and they get really scared of anyone that is spiritually enlightened or so smart that they can figure out all of the technologies themselves. See, in a weird way, I'm kind of glad that I didn't go for the sciences, because I swear, my nature of messing around with things and really pondering and sitting and getting obsessed with things, I probably would have started to unlock some crazy technologies eventually, and then I'd be just like these other scientists that got killed, dead, because they go, oh man, he's figuring this stuff out on his own. Who knows what else he could figure out? Get him! He's a mental witch. So no, just able to actually think. So it's always good to stay dumbed down. Stay dumbed down. And especially if we do get blasted back to the Stone Age, at least I know some basics. Right? The people who don't know the basics and who aren't tough enough and who are relying on all of the technologies of now, i.e. needing to take all sorts of pills, or needing to eat a certain way, or having a particular way that they need to sleep, or a routine that they have to keep, and these I can just flow with whatever happens. So if apocalypse happens tomorrow, I'll just flow into that. Flow just like that water did into Nepal after the glacier broke. Did you see any of that footage? Holy crap. What would you do? Would you run from the wall of water, or would you just record it? Would you go live and be like, hey everyone, look, see, look what happened to me. At least oh wow, oh nice. The house that puts up all the stuff for Halloween and now has it all up. Wow, cool. Nice. Actually, I know there's a couple more houses in this area that do that, but I'm not gonna go that way. Cool! I just saw the cool things. Alright. Halloween's over. Yep, there's the next big one, Halloween. Well, we also got, Memorial Day coming? Yeah. Labor Day. Which one is it? I forget. I always forget. Memorial Day. And then the kids start school again. Yippee. Yip fucking E. Wow. Can't wait for that. Even though it's not really going to affect me much, really it's going to make my mornings more packed with things to do, which kind of sucks. But I don't know. Live a little life. Does that fit right there? I don't think so. Thanks for the 2 likes. I don't know who else is here. I know Kish isn't watching, but I know it's his birthday. At least that's what it said on Facebook. Happy birthday, Kisha. Yeah, I didn't realize you could get older than you were. But what a nice old man, you know? If you never talk to him, you are unlucky. You are an unlucky individual. I've had the pleasure of talking to him quite a few times and getting to know him a little bit. And man, he is a wealth of information on Star Trek and a lot of other things. But definitely knows his Trek, I'll tell you what. I don't know if he's been watching the new season, but I watched half of the new episode and it was very good. Half of the episode and half of a person. Never mind. I don't want no spoilers. I wonder how they get out of that one. Oh, it's getting a little warm in here. If I run the AC, it might get too loud. Let's see. Is it too loud? Can you hear me now? Feels so good. Yeah, I went a different way home today. It might take a few more minutes than usual. But really, make a good time. Hopefully, man, I've been so exhausted the past few days. These allergies really are killing me. What? Enjoy it, young children. And I'm talking anyone under 35, because I didn't have allergies until about after 35. They are maybe slightly. They didn't affect me that bad. And then all of a sudden, boom, they hit. And you're like, what is this thing I'm feeling? What is this terribleness? Just because of the weather? My goodness. Is it a full moon right now? I know, well, last night we were at the concert at the beach, and we decided not to take any toys this time, because usually we take all the shovels and all the buckets and this and that. Like, we bring out a cart, and it's like we're bringing all this stuff, and we actually didn't have dinner before. We brought like snacks with us, and so I had a big cooler bag. So yeah, I didn't want to pull a whole cart full of toys and this and that. And plus, it was kind of windy. When you start playing with the sand and it's windy, it explodes everywhere. It gets in people's eyes. But the younger kids were like, well, what are we going to do without all the toys? I'm like, we're like, just hang out. I don't want to just hang out. They're like, well, but we're there for the music. Like, and actually, the band was really great. Actually, it was a couple of singers, 3 people sing, and I believe the guy played bass on some of the tracks, on some of the songs, but most of the songs were like pre-made tracks behind them, backing tracks. So, but they sounded pretty good. They did medleys of like old soul songs and stuff, and Kelly loved it because the wife, she loved it because she knows all those songs and we're singing to them. But it was just weird, I'm like, they're like medleys. Like they're singing the first verse and then a chorus, and then they're going into the next song. She's like, this is perfect for ADHD. I'm like, it's weird though. They're not singing the whole song to anything. A couple of things they did. They sing the entire song, or most of it, but there were points where I'm just like, they just did 4 songs, a 4-song medley. This is weird. But then at the very end, we didn't bring the toys, and at the very end of the concert, the people that worked there brought out this box, and there were these cool pool noodle lights. I guess they look like pool noodles with LEDs attached to them, and they had a little battery compartment, whatever. But they were blue. The lights were blue, and the noodles were blue. So it was a cool, like almost lightsaber-y type thing. And they just started giving them out to the kids, and all the kids got one. Like, so now, and the sun was pretty much down by that point. So now you see all these like moving lightsaber type things, and it was pretty cool looking, actually. It was nice, and all the kids were happy because they all got one, and oh my god, this is so fun now. And like, see, we might not have brought everything, and you thought you weren't gonna have a good time, but look, you danced to the music, you're actually listening to it and having a good time. I mean, you don't need all the flim flam every single time you go to a thing. And I hope that was a good lesson to them. And it was a nice little send-off for the concert series at the beach. Anyone who was there, it'll be one of those memories of, were you there when, that last band was playing and they handed out those cool things, and then all the kids were beating each other with them? Our kids weren't. They were just having a fun time. But I saw a whole bunch of kids just beating the hell out of each other with these sticks. I'm like, see, my kids like having fun. They don't want to necessarily just, they're not as violent as all the other kids. Even though I thought they might have been, but they're not. They're good kids. Good kids. Oh, man. It's like slightly overcast, but not enough to not make the sun just pierce right through and make you blind. Jesus. Here we are, up in the hillies. Hill, up and down, up and down. Come on now. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Get me to 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Let's go. We got 4 months. So, it's some time. But that's I'm only halfway there. So 250 in 4 months. That's a lot. It took me like 11 years to get to 250. I know. But originally when I started this channel, it wasn't like you couldn't even go live on YouTube. I think you could only upload, and you couldn't do shorts. Like it was a whole different world. I mean, you could upload a short. It just wasn't considered a short. There was a whole like other option page to click to look at different shorts, and shit. It must have been at least I probably started it like 14 years ago. And the only reason you started a YouTube channel back then was so that you could comment on other videos. That was the only reason. Like, oh, well, if I don't have an account, then I can't comment on things. Okay. So you do, and then you can go like, hey, you're like a mechanic or something. Like, I know you made a video about this, but could you make another video about changing this in the car? Oh, okay, yeah, man. I'll check the comments, and I'll get back to you on that. What a culture we've built here. And so it comes circles back around to what I was originally talking about, where yes, the aliens are going to look at all of our social media and what we do for fun and all this stuff. They're going to be like, oh, so they like to troll each other and mess with each other and get mad at each other and then just say rude things to each other all the time and then go, hey, it's only jokes and all this stuff. Yeah, we don't need you in the Galactic Star Force or whatever the hell. We some of those. Oh boy, have to pull over. Emergency. Some of those people those fighters and things like that are pretty sensitive, so we don't need people crashing ships because some humans got under their skin and said some rude things to them. See, it's gonna be our downfall. I said that trolling and misinformation is going to save us from the AIs, but it'll probably make it so that we will not be able to join the Galactic Force. And then they're going to go, well, we've done this to you guys like 5 or 6 times already. We've destroyed your entire society, blew you back to the Stone Age. We thought we burned everything up, but it looks like you keep uncovering all of this stuff eventually, and then you start realizing that, hey, wait a minute, maybe we were technologically advanced at one point, at a few points, at, what is it, the 7th civilization? That's what some people say. So now, we're just gonna completely destroy your planet. What? That might be coming this time. Watch out. So maybe it won't matter if you have some fundamentals or that you're adaptive. They're just gonna completely destroy the planet. You'd figure they'd leave like they'd leave watchers or something, and they probably did. And you know, that's where we get these ideas of gods and things. It was these entities that stayed back to kind of make sure that we didn't get too technologically advanced and kept messing with us. And then eventually we figured out how to kill them because we're like savvy like that. Here we go. Oh boy, haven't driven this way in a while. Oh, bumpy. Yeah, that's how I know I'm almost getting home. The roads start getting bumpy. Now I'm just having some of those songs from last night stuck in my head. I'll be there to love and to comfort you. I'll be there. Yeah, you know, it was actually really good. And I went up to the singer, the main singer, afterwards and told him, man, that was great. You know, I don't know how many people did, but it's always nice to hear that if you're really good, you know, like someone noticed. And he's like, yeah, a lot of people think that we're faking it because we have these backing tracks. They think that, you know, we're just lip syncing to tapes. Like, nah, dude, I could tell. Because there were a couple sour notes not from him. That main singer, he was great. Even there were a couple songs that he didn't sing lead in, but he would sing harmonies, and you could tell. It's funny because at first, you know, the first song that he didn't sing lead, I was like, oh, that's the other guy. Oh, okay. And the wife's like, huh? And she's like, huh? They're like, no, it's not him singing lead this time. He's singing the harmony. She's like, what? No. I'm like, yeah. And then another song happened where the main guy didn't sing lead, and she's like, oh, yeah. Like, exactly. Yeah. He's not singing every lead part. He's sometimes just singing the backups, which sounded great as backups, but I'm like, he should probably be singing every... no one else can hit those harmonies, but that dude should be singing the lead every single time, except for the women's songs. But even some of the notes he was hitting, I was like, he could probably sing the women's songs too, man. This guy's got a voice. And then, because, yeah, he's like, you know, yeah, people, you know, sometimes are like, you guys are faking. And we go, no. And then we say, all right. Here, that's what we'll do. We'll stand up to the microphone and we'll do some a cappella, and then we'll sing some a cappella for people. It's like, nah, we can tell, because, you know, we've been in choirs for years, so we can tell that you guys are actually singing for real and harmonizing. And he's like, oh yeah, every Sunday, that's what I do. I join the choir, and I play guitar for him too. I'm like, okay, yep. Because dude had that kind of voice. We're like, dude, he's got a gospel level voice, this guy. And he plays guitar for them. Damn! Talented dude, I bet. He didn't play guitar there, but like I said, he probably made the backing tracks though. So now that I'm remembering, I'm like, oh yeah, he probably is the one that played to all of those tracks originally. Which, that's what some people do, man. I guess if you can't get a good band together, or, you know, you go, you record the backing tracks yourself, and then you go out and you sing them. You don't have to play and sing at the same time. If you're talented enough to do that, you got the skills, why not? I guess it did take a few extra minutes to get home, but not too bad. Not too bad. Man. Oh, still getting the sinus headaches. I swear, I must have had some, I must have accidentally kept water in my ears by accident. I said accidentally, right? When we went to the pool, maybe I got some stuck in there, because, feels feels like there's some sort of irritation going on in my cavity, my nasal canal, whatever. Oh, maybe it's all the psychic work I've been doing lately. Never mind. I don't want to talk about that. Oh. Maybe I have a brain tumor. Wouldn't you love that? It seems weird. I've noticed that there are certain people online, hey, thanks for the like, that have made it their business to be very nasty to a lot of people and really ridicule others. And it seems like their lives are starting to fall apart, like in major ways. It just makes you think karma and energy and all that stuff really is real. Oh, great. Yeah, so this is when people start showing up when I'm almost home. I'm like down the road. I'm going to stop this in a minute and a half. And none of you have said nothing. What, you lurking? Lurkers? Yeah. At least when I go in a room, chat room, I say something. Well, maybe not right away, but I at least say something at some point. You know, if you're not going to send money, I know you can't right now. Well, you can send it to my Venmo, but if you're not going to send money, at least you can say hi. Ciao. Which means hello and goodbye, like aloha. Did you know that? I think most people think that ciao just means bye. But no, it means hey and see ya. And that's what I'm going to say right now. The see ya one. Ciao. I mean, I'm not saying it because I'm like a yuppie or anything. I actually did live in Italy for a while, so, you know, I come by it honestly. Ciao. See you soon. Auf Wiedersehen.